everybody. My name is Roland. Roland de Jong, as we say in Amsterdam. I already see some familiar faces in the audience. I was supposed to wear boxing gloves today because New York is a very tough game for Dutch tastemakers. But anyway, I'm going to tell you a little story. My first company was called Wild Horses. Crazy enough. But I wanted to explore the unknown without the boundaries of what had already been established. And before I'm going into the details of my platform, I first want to pay my respects to all the innovators and tastemakers that are in the room today. So I launched 52 Grams about a year ago. We started out as a curation platform for fashion-savvy Instagrammers, even before Instagram launched their online profiles themselves. Pretty innovative, the next web said. But then I thought there needs to be more to it. Right? If we really want to add value, this is not enough. So what we started to do is allow our users to actually tag product and connect their content with product for other users to discover the items they loved and were inspired by. And that was kind of the start of a roller coaster. I'm not a fan of roller coasters, but I had to do it anyway. There are three things today that I would like to highlight about 52grams.com. First of all, what we essentially do is we leverage social content for commerce, right? And I do not necessarily care about all the content that lives on your social media profiles. I care about the content that actually adds to the online social experience of your audiences. Because we think with our platform that we can truly leverage that content for commercial success. The second thing that I'd like to highlight is that we work with a few user groups. So first of all, we do support brands and retailers to integrate user-generated Instagrams on their product pages. We support them in doing hashtag campaigns. And yes, we support bloggers and magazines to monetize their Instagram photography by showing what products are being featured, allowing them to earn a return through affiliate partnerships. Thank you, Dallas. What is most interesting is the ecosystem that actually exists between these user groups. So while working with brands, retailers, bloggers, and magazines, we recognize that there's an ecosystem and that all of these user groups can actually leverage each other's strong suits, which basically means that we automate the process of using each other's content and audiences for commercial success. Which basically means that when a blogger or a publisher posts content, Instagram photography, with product from a particular brand, the brand will get a notification and they can actually push that content to their audiences using the authentic style authority that publishers claim. On the other hand, for bloggers and for magazines, it's incredibly interesting because even though brands and retailers are looking for bloggers for increased exposure, the brands themselves most of the time have the biggest reach themselves. And that is interesting to publishers because they can push their content to a much wider audience, increasing the ultimate return that they can enjoy. There's one last thing that I'd like to highlight about 52grams.com. Research has shown that Instagram is a very powerful platform for content creation. But when it comes to social interaction and when it comes to communications, people still turn to Facebook. 78% of the people still turn to Facebook for communications and social interactions with their peers and the brands they love. But we also know that an end user's experience on Facebook doesn't really stretch beyond the timeline. So how do we actually use that platform to gain commercial success? Well, we had a dream, and our dream was to make sure that end users could interact with your content on their timelines and click through straight to the pages and e-commerce sites where they could discover product specifics. And that's what we did. We are proud, very proud, to kind of announce here today that we have launched interactive timeline images on Facebook, which means that end users can click straight through your e-commerce sites from their timelines. And just imagine a Tommy Hilfiger with 7 million users, the revenue that's up for grabs. Now, to wrap it up, there are cowboys out here brave enough to explore the unknown. And I'd like to tell and highlight to all of you in the room today that don't hire them, but partner with them. I'm not looking to be a vendor, I want to be your friend. Because the people that innovate today are most of the time small companies. And we can only innovate if we approach the future hand in hand with established companies. Thank you. Are there any questions? No questions at all? People leaving already? No.
Questions? Anybody?
Please do. There's a question.
There's a question. No? No. Okay, well, give Roland a warm hand of applause. Thank you so much for being here.
There's a question over there.
I didn't know if there was a mic coming, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. My answer to that question is that I personally believe that there are too many communities out there, and people only have mental capacity to kind of handle only a few of them. That's why we don't want to be a community, but rather be an enabler. And I think that Facebook, with their kind of established footprint, has become a home for people, and they'll always return to that place. I do think that major social media networks such as Google+, with major budgets behind it, might be able to kind of join the game, but otherwise it's a very tough game to get people away from their homes. And well, to add to that answer, I think Facebook made a very strong move to purchase Instagram, because what we see today is that conversations become highly visual. And that's why, for example, I believe that when we look at Twitter, which is still very textual as well, needs to kind of up its game. And they're doing it with Vine and with, like, they're doing it with TwitPic, but they need to up their game to really kind of claim that visual conversation as well. And that's when I think they'll have a strong position to, yeah, to level up with them, with Facebook. Yes.
Question over here. Do we have a mic? Yes.
Sorry, I was being a bit of a diva about the mic.
No, everybody wants to be heard.
That makes two.
Do you feel that, or what is your advice, rather, for brands who are really honing in on monetizing their experience with their users on any platform, so that they don't really lose the essence of their engagement with the consumer?
Yeah. It was actually a part of what I was going to say before. I don't think purchase or buy now is the call to action we should look for. Because I think purchase is more of a consequence of the ability to discover. So I think as brands protecting our image, we rather should allow our audiences to seamlessly discover product specifics, because that is what they're asking for. And if we are owning that process in a seamless and powerful way, then I think we have a recipe for sustainable commercial success. Yes.
Any other questions? Well, thank you, Roland.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.